If you have type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, breakfast can feel like a minefield. Do I eat carbs? Do I skip it? Will my blood sugar spike? Here's the truth. Breakfast doesn't have to be stressful. It just has to be smart. Today we're in my kitchen and I'm showing you 3 easy make-ahead breakfasts that are high in fiber, high in protein, and are actually really good for your blood sugar. Meal prepping all 3 right now, and I'll walk you through exactly why each one works. So let's get into it. Hey everyone, I'm Diana. I'm a registered dietitian, a certified diabetes care and education specialist, and I have my master's degree in nutrition science. I work with people with prediabetes and type 2 diabetes every single day. And breakfast is one of the first things we tackle together because it sets your tone for the entire day. So today we're making 3 breakfasts you can prep on Sunday and grab and go all week long. No cooking every morning, no guessing, just open the fridge and go. Before we start cooking, let me explain really quickly why these 3 breakfasts are built the way they are, because there is a method to it. And I want you to be able to apply this method when you are building your own breakfasts. When you have diabetes, your body has a harder time managing blood sugar after meals. So the goal with breakfast is to slow down how fast sugar enters your bloodstream. The 3 things that do that best are going to be fiber, protein, and a fruit or vegetable. Fiber slows digestion. That means glucose enters your blood more gradually. No big spike, no crash. Research shows that higher daily fiber intake actually significantly improves A1C, fasting blood sugar, and body weight in people with type 2 diabetes. And protein does something similar too. It slows stomach emptying and helps you feel full longer, which means less snacking, less blood sugar swings, and more stable energy. And research shows that a higher protein intake at breakfast is associated with better blood sugar control throughout the day in people with type 2 diabetes. And the fruit or vegetable, that's your vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, extra fiber. It's not just a filler, it's doing real work. Every single breakfast we're making today hits all 3 of those targets. So let's start prepping. Breakfast number 1 are overnight oats, but not just any oats. We're using STEEL-CUT oats, and I want to tell you exactly why that matters. All oats start from the same grain. The difference is how much they're processed. So instant oats and rolled oats are rolled flat and pre-cooked. They digest really fast, which means a faster blood sugar spike. STEEL-CUT oats, on the other hand, are whole oats just chopped into pieces. So they take longer to digest, which means a slower, steadier rise in your blood sugar. And research shows that STEEL-CUT oats actually produce a significantly lower blood sugar response compared to instant oats or rolled oats in people with type 2 diabetes. And that's a big deal when you're managing your glucose every single day. So here's what's gonna go into each jar. We're gonna do a 1/4 cup of STEEL-CUT oats. Again, the STEEL-CUT oats gives you those complex carbs and soluble fiber, specifically a type of fiber called beta-glucan, which has been shown to lower post-meal blood sugar. We're also gonna add some soy milk or any milk that you prefer. I personally like soy milk because it has more protein compared to other milk. We're also going to do a tablespoon of chia seeds. The chia seeds add even more fiber and some omega-3 fatty acids. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds is about 5 grams of fiber. That's really significant. We're also going to do a few tablespoons of protein powder. I'm using a chocolate protein powder. You can use whichever works for you. The protein powder helps to really boost the protein in this breakfast so you stay full and satiated. And then we're also going to sprinkle in some cinnamon. Cinnamon is so good for post-meal blood sugar levels. And then lastly, we're going to add fresh or frozen blueberries. Blueberries are one of the best fruits for blood sugar management. Research shows that blueberry consumption is associated with improved insulin sensitivity and reduced risk of type 2 diabetes. So let's go ahead and make this. Okay, I just put all the ingredients in, closed it, and gave it a good shake. And now I'm just gonna pop it in the fridge overnight. By morning, the oats and the chia seeds will have soaked up the liquid and it's gonna be thick and creamy and ready to eat. You can make 3 to 5 jars on Sunday and you're done for the week. And if you prefer something warm, just pop it into the microwave. And whenever I buy foods that are in jars, I just clean out the jars, take off the label, and reuse my jars for overnight oats, chia seed pudding, dressings, It's the best. All right, that's it. Let's move on to breakfast number 2. Okay, I want to take a quick second to talk about something that's been really meaningful to me lately, especially now that I have some really exciting personal news to share. I'm pregnant! And honestly, the first trimester hit me so hard with morning sickness. And even as a dietitian, navigating what to eat when everything sounds terrible is not easy. So I actually reached out to a dietitian through this platform called Nourish, and it was one of the best decisions. So Nourish is this platform that connects you with a registered dietitian who is covered by most insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid. And I'm not just saying that, 94% of patients pay $0 out of pocket. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield and it was completely covered. And the cool thing is, if it comes back that your insurance didn't cover it for some reason, Nourish will cover the cost of your first session for you, because it's really important for them to be very transparent about the cost of working with the registered dietitian. So I spoke with one of their dietitians about managing my morning sickness through nutrition, and she gave me such specific practical guidance, things that I could actually do, not just generic advice that you find online. And it really reminded me of why exactly I became a dietitian in the first place. That one-on-one support really changes everything. And for anyone watching this who has prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, this is exactly the kind of support that can help you put what you're learning in videos like this into real practice. Your Nourish dietitian can look at your actual food logs, your labs. They can also order labs for you. They can look at your lifestyle and give you a plan that's built specifically for you. The sign up could not be easier. It takes less than 5 minutes and appointments happen over Zoom. So there's no commute, no waiting room, nothing like that. They also have an app where you can track your meals, your hydration, and even sync it with Apple Health, so your dietitian can see your sleep, your exercise, everything in real time. So if you want to check it out, the link is in the description below. Also, you can comment the word Nourish in the comments and we'll send you the link to learn more. Okay, let's get back to meal prepping. Okay, so breakfast number 2 is chia seed pudding layered with yogurt and raspberries. This one is so creamy, satisfying, and honestly feels like a dessert, but it's doing serious work for your blood sugar. So let's start with the star of this recipe, chia seeds. Chia seeds are one of the most fiber-dense foods on the planet. Just 2 tablespoons give you about 10 grams of fiber. To put that in perspective, most Americans only get about 15 grams of fiber per day, and the recommendation is 25 to 38 grams. So a big discrepancy there. So when chia seeds sit in liquid like milk, they form a gel. And that gel slows down digestion and blunts the blood sugar response after eating. And research shows that chia seed consumption significantly reduces post-meal blood sugar spikes in people with type 2 diabetes. Okay, so here's what you need to make this. We're gonna do 3 tablespoons of chia seeds. We're gonna do 3/4 cup of unsweetened soy milk. Again, I like soy milk because it has more protein. 1/2 cup of Greek or soy yogurt. If you're using yogurt, the reason why I say Greek is because Greek is strained, which means it has more protein and less sugar than regular yogurt. And 1/2 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt has about 10 to 12 grams of protein. And so that protein combined with the fiber from the chia seeds makes this breakfast incredibly blood sugar friendly. I'm using soy yogurt because I just don't like the taste of regular yogurt. And then I do recommend a 0-calorie sweetener to add to this dish. You can do anything that you prefer. I'm doing this one, which is a blend of stevia, monk fruit, and allulose. But again, doesn't matter which kind you use. Choose whichever one is your favorite. And we're also gonna add a handful of fresh or frozen raspberries. And raspberries are actually one of the highest fiber fruits you can eat. They have about 8 grams of fiber per cup. They're also lower on the glycemic index than many other fruits, making them a really good choice for people with diabetes. But if you don't have raspberries, don't worry, any berry works and you can use fresh or frozen. So let's go ahead and make this. Okay, we're gonna let this sit for 5 minutes and then stir again, because that's gonna help prevent clumping. Then we're gonna refrigerate it overnight. And in the morning, we can add the yogurt and raspberries. You can also do this the night before. It's really your preference. I've already put the chia seed pudding in the fridge and done it for you so you can see what it looks like all absorbed. But you can make, again, just like the overnight oats, 3 to 5 of these on Sunday and you're set for the week. So this is what it looks like when it's been soaked overnight. As you can see, it has a really nice, beautiful, creamy texture. So we're gonna make it even creamier by adding some yogurt and the raspberries as well. And add a little bit more sweetener. Look how beautiful. All right, that is the chia seed pudding. Now let's move on to our third and final breakfast. Okay, breakfast number 3 is a great option for people who want something savory. We're gonna make some egg cups. These are basically mini frittatas baked right in a muffin tin. So you can see I have it here. They're easy, portable, and packed with lean protein and vegetables. So here's what you need to make them. We're doing around 6 egg cups. We'll see how much this gives us. I have 3 whole eggs right here, half a cup of additional egg whites. This helps to boost the protein without adding a lot of extra fat or calories. We have half a cup of diced bell peppers. Use any color you like. I'm doing red. And then we have a cup of fresh spinach, roughly chopped, and then salt and pepper. So before you start, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and you want to spray your muffin tin well so that the eggs don't stick. I am using a silicone-based one, so I don't need to do that step. So I want to tell you why this combination is so powerful for blood sugar. First, the protein. Each egg cup has a solid amount of lean protein. We're using egg whites to increase the protein without adding saturated fat. Research shows that higher protein breakfasts reduce post-meal blood sugar and improve satiety compared to lower protein breakfasts. And again, with diabetes, we want to make sure we're keeping our saturated fat low. So egg whites is a great way to increase protein without saturated fat. And now the vegetables. Spinach is a non-starchy vegetable, meaning it has almost no impact on blood sugar. It's also loaded with magnesium, which plays a direct role in insulin sensitivity. Research shows that low magnesium levels are associated with increased risk of type 2 diabetes and poor blood sugar control. And then bell peppers are rich in vitamin C and antioxidants. They add color, crunch, nutrients, and they're also non-starchy, so they won't spike your blood sugar at all. So let's go ahead and make these. I'm gonna pour the egg mixture back into the measuring cup because it'll be a lot easier to pour into each cup. I have my silicone muffin sheet on here on this baking sheet because once I put the egg cups in here, the liquid, it's very hard to transport. So by putting in here, I can just put it right into the oven. I'm also going to add the peppers and spinach to the bottom of each egg cup. Okay, that's ready to go. Okay, it did make 6. I was right. I'm gonna add 1 more egg and an egg white and fill in these next 2. By the way, all the recipes for these will be in the description below. All right, these are ready for the oven. They're gonna go in for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes later and they come out perfect. So once these cool down, you can pop them in an airtight container in the fridge. They last up to 5 days, and in the morning you can just microwave them for 45 to 60 seconds and you're done. So 2 egg cups gives you a very high protein, veggie packed breakfast in under a minute, and you can serve this with some whole grain bread and or some fruit. Okay, let's do a quick recap of what we made today. Breakfast 1, overnight oats with steel-cut oats, a protein powder, chia seeds, and blueberries. It's very creamy and delicious, high in fiber, high in protein, and blood sugar friendly. Breakfast 2 is chia seed pudding with yogurt and raspberries. It's incredibly high in fiber, great source of protein, and that chia gel is gonna slow everything down beautifully. Breakfast 3 egg cups with eggs, egg whites, bell peppers, and spinach, full of lean protein, non-starchy vegetables, and will have zero blood sugar impact from the carb side. All 3 of these take about an hour on a Sunday, and then your mornings are handled for the whole week. No stress, no guessing, and just open the fridge and eat something that's actually working for you. Oh, and one more thing before we go, if you watch this whole video and you're thinking, this is great, but I need someone to actually help me apply this to my life, that's exactly what Nourish is for. They match you with a registered dietitian who specializes in your specific health goals. And most people pay nothing out of pocket because it's covered by insurance. If you want to check it out, just comment the word Nourish below and we'll send you a link to learn more. Seriously, it takes less than 5 minutes to sign up. You deserve that kind of support. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help this channel reach more people who need this information. Subscribe if you're new and drop a comment below telling me which breakfast you're gonna try first. I read every single comment. I'll see you in the next video.